TIFU by chasing diagnoses for 35 years, and the answer was in my dinner. Let me start by saying this is a TIFU that spans about 35 years. When I was around 7, I started getting painful swelling in my neck or throat on a road trip with my cousins. Everyone assumed I was just getting sick and that some sun and time would clear it up. I remember it vividly because it was so uncomfortable I could barely eat. I dealt with it for about a week before I got back home and told my parents. They took me to the pediatrician, who poked around and told my mom I had mumps, despite being vaccinated. Awesome. It eventually went away. Until around 10, when it happened again. New doctor, fresh out of school, said there's no way this is mumps and sent me for imaging and testing. Everything came back inconclusive. The new conclusion was that it was psychosomatic, and I got funneled into years of therapy and appointments about why I couldn't just let it go, why I was attention-seeking, maybe it was ADHD, etc. The sensation never truly left. It just fluctuated in severity. Fast forward to 19. I'm in the military and home on leave visiting friends and family. This has been bothering me for 12 years at that point. I rode with a buddy to the Sprint store. It was below freezing and his truck heater had the thermal output of a mouse fart. We grabbed hot coffee before heading back out. I took one sip and felt something in my throat and neck move like inches. I started coughing like crazy and hacked out a tonsil stone about the size of a popcorn kernel. I had no idea what it was at the time, so I wrapped it in tissue and brought it home. My parents immediately recognized it. I was relieved and figured that had to be the end of it. It wasn't. Fast forward again to about 32. I've got kids, a wife, a career. Managing tonsil stones mostly worked, but I still had that persistent lump in throat feeling almost all the time. I finally saw an ENT in the city we'd just moved to. He basically said, "Forget the tonsil stone routines. Let's just take your tonsils out." I was 1000% on board. No more weird mouthwashes, brushing like a crazy person, avoiding certain foods. I was ready to be done. Surgery happened. Recovery was insane. Blood, a backwards ER, fentanyl for minor pain, and a hospital that looked like it had 10 total people in it. But hey, tonsils were gone. Except the lump feeling was still there. I assumed it was phantom pain from surgery and tried to live with it. We moved again to a bigger city and I went for what felt like my 100th opinion. More tests, more appointments. The conclusion this time, allergies. I did 3 years of allergy shots. Still felt it. At that point I was completely defeated. Everyone either thought I was nuts or drug-seeking. Even family still treated it like mental health. I gave up. Then yesterday, my youngest made taco rice for dinner. I'm sitting there eating like a pig and suddenly I bite down on something very hard, about the size of a small marble. I spit it into a napkin and it's a bone. Like an actual chunk of bone. My first thought was, how the hell does a bone like that end up in ground beef? Then it hit me. The lump feeling was gone. For the first time in 35 years. No swelling, no pain, no persistent lump sensation, no mumps, nothing. Just normal. TLDR, I spent 35 years being told I had mumps, anxiety, allergies, or was making it up. Did years of therapy, got my tonsils removed, did years of allergy shots. Then yesterday I bit down on a bone chunk during dinner and the lifelong lump in throat sensation disappeared instantly. Before the comments. No, I haven't had imaging since. I'm booking an ENT follow-up because this is insane. Yes, I kept it, bagged it, because nobody will believe me otherwise. I get that it could have been lodged somewhere weird, tonsillar area, throat pocket, etc. I'm not claiming medical magic, just that this happened exactly like I described. I also get that it could be something other than bone, also why I saved it.